During COVID, my dad he wanted us to go in the backyard and start shooting, and during the end of the school year when COVID happened, we started to go outside every day. And
school would post homework for them to do and they would be finished in like 30 minutes. So then my wife still had to go to work, so I was home all day with my 3 kids. So our youngest, Justin, was in 1st grade. I made him go out and do some shooting. Our daughter was in 5th grade, Abby. She shot, and then Luke shot. And I called it physical education every day. And so we just went out and had gym class and they would shoot baskets from there.
I was a freshman year, he was a senior. We used to go at it every practice. He would get me mad. Coach Peavy used to always say, bring Trevor on the court, then he'll get mad. Then he'll start going after it.
He doesn't run away from work. He loves working. He does put individual challenges on himself. He asks a lot of questions. He's very inquisitive. He always wanted to know this about defense, about what can I do to make me tougher. That showed me that he really cared about his future and cared about his growth potential.
Always striving for the best, obviously, but I never want to get too ahead of myself. And I think putting yourself in the ability to make mistakes and still grow, because if you think you're the best, you're not going to make mistakes.
What got you into playing volleyball?
I kind of just followed in my family's footsteps of being athletes and things, and just watched my sister grow up, and she played all sorts of sports, and so it really got me into it.
My mom used to do hurdles, which that's what I used to do in middle school too. And then jumping came around like my freshman year here, and I had an older teammate that was kind of like, bro, you should try triple jump, like, you could really be special. Tried it out one time, felt comfortable, felt good, and from there it was just like something I fell in love with.
The importance of mental and physical health are synonymous, especially when talking about student athletes. News 4's Josh Robinson dove into the lives of some local student athletes who opened up about their struggles. Here's a preview.
When you involve sports and business and you intertwine the two mediums, somebody gets worked over in the end, and ultimately it ends up being the athletes a lot of times.
David Knox is a former football player from Lindenwood University. After he graduated, he received an offer to play in the Indoor Football League. During training camp, he suffered an ankle injury and he was released by the team due to not being fully recovered.
For me, it was really hard initially.
We're going to approach it like, any game that we played this year. We know how good of opponent DC is, and, we know how well coached they are and how talented they are. And, we're going to go in and, try to get better throughout practice this week and go in and compete at the game. That we're trying to improve every week, go in and compete. And we know that DC is a great opponent. We have them back-to-back weeks. So, we know it's going to be a tough challenge.